Well, I guess I had to do that. It seems very appropriate. It seemed very appropriate for the plot twist that we discovered last time. As we completed Detroit, and we got bittersweet endings for all of our characters. All of our characters succeeded at what they were trying to do, but they all suffered losses. So, we know that there are other outcomes, other paths that can be taken. So we're going to be seeing about what maybe some of these other paths could be if we decided to make other decisions. What I'm concerned right now is not really exactly about getting specific endings, but it's about, do our choices matter? If we decide to take other choices, decide to have other goals in mind, will that matter? Will things change? Or will things just turn out maybe kind of the same? That's what I want to find out about. Right now, let's take a look at the achievements that we got. In our first time round, we got 50 of the achievements in our first run. Our top trophy, the rarest one, was Liberation. Marcus reached the camp, liberated the androids. That was only 24.2%. That seems kind of low to me. That would be the end of the game where Marcus and his android army defeated the humans, and only a quarter of the players got that. I mean, maybe that's not that surprising, since that is right at the end of the game, which means that you could potentially make a bunch of choices, which maybe would lead to not getting that. Only 2.1% are the Detroit Masters, and have collected all the trophies. Most of these are common. Only a little over half of the people pushed Leo. Most of the people just stood around and didn't do any. Oh no, not most, but almost half. Almost half. A lot of these are very common, though. Marcus attacked the police. Seems like most people did not do that. Most people wanted to be pacifists. Connor refused to kill the Chloe. I mean, I know there are multiple Chloes, but I like that it puts the before her name. All right, that's the rare one, 25%. Cara and Alice passed the border. Only quarter players got Cara and Alice into Canada. And, you know, in the end, that didn't really matter, did it? Because when we succeed as Marcus, Detroit becomes the android city, so maybe Alice and Cara just should have stayed in Detroit. What are they going to do in Canada? Almost half people were succeeded as Connor, converting the androids. Connor resisted hacking attempt from CyberLife. My turn to decide. And by resisting hacking attempt, that means find the magic stone and put your hand on it. That's what that means. Oh, we were undefeated. We didn't lose any fights, apparently. I did fail a lot of QTEs, but apparently I did not lose any of the fights in this game in our first run. We'll see how that goes in the second. Partners Hank and Connor were friends until the end. Even though Hank died, it looks like I got the achievement for being friends. This is my story. Finished the game once. Only 61.9% of players finished the game once. I mean, I guess that's not surprising. The percentage of achievements, they always go severely down as you get further through the game. All right, let's keep going with Detroit. Let us start our second run. Now, my first time through, I consider my first time through to be my real run, because that was me observing these characters and trying to decide what decisions would they make, what mindsets do they have. And I'm happy with the choices I made, even if they didn't always turn out to have good results. I feel that I was true to the characters that I was observing. This time will maybe be a little different. This time might be a tad different. Oh, they changed their logo recently. The new logo looks worse. That happens with a lot of companies. They change their logo and it loses whatever character the old one had. Alright, let's take a look at extras. Alright, we've got some artworks. Oh, I can use the bonus. Okay, so I've been getting bonus points for completing these chapters, and I guess I can spend them on art packs. Look at all these packs. I could buy the artwork. Sure. What is included in a pack? 29 images. Yep. He looks a little bit different. I wonder if that's a photo of maybe the real actor and not the model. I wonder if he can... Oh, look at that. Getting his neck blown out. I wonder if you could use any of these... If these images are available to use like as a background for the PS4 or something. Rarebot. You also have Robot version 456. He's a washer. There's that highway being built right over Todd's house. You know, that highway looks a lot lower and a lot closer than it did in the game. Right? On the other side of that fence, a whole lot of construction happening. Houses being torn down, neighborhood being built. Todd's looking at the construction vehicles coming, knowing that it's only going to be a matter of time before they tear all this down. Yep, there's Alice. Still unsure whether she was actually deviant, or was she following her programming. Do you think that when Todd bought her, she came sad? Like that was her default personality? Or does she become sad as time goes on and she's living with Todd? Why is Todd's face pixelated? Oh, I guess, I don't know why. Well, that's an art pack. Looks like we can buy a number of those. What about videos? Short movie Cara, debut teaser discovering Detroit, meet Cara, Marcus, and Connor. Detroit, an interactive story, the making of Detroit, the soundtrack of Detroit, Detroit short Chloe, Detroit short Luther, Detroit short Zlatko, Detroit short Kamsky. Well, let's see a short about Luther. We'll watch one of these now. What's his short about? The following takes place before the story of the game. So this is when he's at Zlatko, I guess.
Hold on, just a little while longer. Hold on, just a little while longer. Hold on, just a little while longer. Everything will be alright. Everything will be alright. Fight on, just a little while longer. Fight on, just a little while longer. Fight on, just a little while longer. Everything will be alright. Everything will be alright. We will sing on just a little while longer. Sing on just a little while longer. Sing on just a little while longer. Everything will be alright.
Woo! I don't know what's hitting me harder, Luther's tremendous singing voice, or how not political at all this game is. Man, there's just zero politics. I'm impressed with how there are no politics at all in this. Detroit, Become Human from David Cage. But he has a very good singing voice. And it's not referential to anything. This black man singing a spiritual about fighting the struggle. What references are you talking about? It's just a story about robots. Let's see. We can buy the soundtrack. But of course, we have heard all of the music tracks I would get. We've heard him playing the game. What's in the gallery? We can buy heads. Do I want to buy Connor's head? All right. I bought his head. What does that mean? I'll buy Hank. What am I doing with these? Here's a Cara. What am I doing with these? We can buy... Well, obviously. Gotta buy Sumo. I don't actually know what these would be... Oh, Polar Bear. Buy the Polar Bear. I don't actually know what these would be used for. Where was this bird? I don't remember this bird. Select character? Alright. I mean, can I select these for something in the game? Okay. Got a profile. Sumo is a St. Bernard belonging to Lieutenant Anderson, adult male, weighs 170 pounds, 29 inches at the shoulder. Despite his fearsome size, Sumo is a gentle giant. They say dogs resemble their owners, and Sumo is no different. Gruff, big, powerful, and intimidating, Sumo's fearful exterior masks a sweet, loyal, and noble nature. He was born in 2031. I guess it's up to Connor to feed him now. Now, let me pick that again. Show details. Okay, it brings that up and makes that go away. Okay. What about the polar bear? Let's see this. Android bear. Series of models from 2030 developed by CyberLife to recreate extinct or endangered species, aimed to equip zoos in large cities to allow children to discover animals that no longer existed. Leatherback turtles, several species of great apes. Elephants and polar bears were produced rapidly, with particular care in reproducing the smallest details and appearance and behavior of wild animals. Zlatko bought this bear. You'd think he could, like, fix up the skin. Alright, why could I unlock a bird? Pigeons. Deriving from the rock dove. Okay, it's just a normal pigeon. There's nothing special about this pigeon. It's just there. Well, if we can find out information about people, what about you? You seem like you were going to be like an important character, and then you had like one scene and you died. Lucy. Let's see. KL900 model, adapted for providing social care, help broken families, victims of intense trauma, psychologically disturbed individuals. She was assaulted by a psychotic patient, left for dead. Despite a severely damaged skull, managed to come around, save herself, remembered an android who told her about Jericho. Tending to Jericho's android as best she can. She's realizing that her psychological simulation model allows her to pre-compute upcoming events, offering her glimpses into the future. Alright, so her oracle abilities are pre-computation, which Marcus also has some of that as well. So she's not actually a magic android. She was a social worker. Well, I don't know how many of these we need to see. I like how there's more than one Chloe. maybe we'll come back to this. A lot of characters to look at, and maybe we don't really need to. Magazines. Oh, look how many I missed. Look how many I missed. Look how many I missed down here. There's like so many I missed. You know, the problem is that they don't tell you when you play the game what you have seen and what you have not. So if I see a magazine, I'm probably going to have to pick it up, even if I've seen it before. Just to confirm whether or not we have seen it. Survey. Oh, this is a new survey. Let's see. My favorite character in Detroit. Well, I think that this is probably going to be pretty common. Everyone likes the Connor and Hank storyline. They have the best banter between each other. They're the most likable, so we're going to go with Connor on that. Was there a moment in Detroit that resonated with me What? Resonated with me? Was there a moment in Detroit that resonated with me? What does that mean? If I'm so confused about the question, I'm going to guess no, there was nothing that resonated. But maybe I will let the chat try this one since I'm not sure. All right, chat. Tell me, was there a moment in this game that resonated with you? 1 is many, 2 is occasionally, 3 is once, 4 is no. And pizza doesn't mean anything. It looks like 4 is... Yeah, I mean, I imagine that would be the case. I'm also going to count pizza as votes for 4, since if you're voting for pizza, it meant that there wasn't anything in this game you cared about to the point that you would vote for something. So, there are actually 2 people who are saying occasionally. No one has said many, and a few people have said once, but most people are saying no, so that is what we're going for. What's the toughest choice I faced in Detroit? Accepting Alice's identity with Cara, being pacifist or violent with Marcus, deciding to shoot Chloe with Connor. All right. Alice's identity, I had no difficulty with that choice. It was just, why is this happening? It's stupid. I don't know why it's happening, but sure. Pacifist or violent with Marcus. Okay, obviously, I did not have any difficulty with that choice. From the beginning, I said we are going to be hard violent, and we never deviated from that. So that was not hard. Deciding to shoot Chloe, alright, I guess there was some difficulty there, because I did want to know if Kamsky knew anything. But I also didn't like that he was saying we had to shoot his android. I just didn't like his tone about the whole thing, so... I didn't shoot Chloe, but that was probably the hardest choice of the 3. Okay, so these were old survey answers. Oh. Yeah, we already knew the world results of the old survey. We saw that already. What about the new questions that we just saw? Okay, most people said Connor. Not a surprise. Most people... Really? Most people said many. And then occasionally was second. What many moments? I demand someone who said many to tell me what are the many moments that resonated with them personally. What are the many moments? What was the toughest choice? Oh, being pacifist or violent with Marcus was the toughest choice for most people. Alright, so that may be everything. At least for now. I don't think these are not going to be any different here. If I press continue, what happens? Because we beat the game. Will that start like a new game plus? What if we go to chapters? Oh, we can see the flowcharts. Okay, so we started from... we didn't actually look at the world stats when I did this. What? 48%? That can't be right, can it? It's not saying 48% of players completed this chapter. Maybe it's 48% got my ending? No, 36% got my ending. It can't be correct that 48% of people, that only 48%, 48% of the flowchart. 48% of the flowchart. I was about to say, it cannot be the case that 48% of people who started Detroit completed this chapter. That could not be correct. 61% saved fish. We got all these except the gun. We did not take the gun. We wasted time. I guess the alternate to wasting time is to just go out to the balcony before we run out of time. Negotiate with Deviant, took friendly approach, dismissed the helicopter. We lied, get close enough, build trust. Snipers shot Deviant. There are 6 outcomes to that. All right, if I press continue, will we start a new game plus? Let's see what happens. So the first time we played this, we were very professional. We were a thorough investigator, and we were a proficient negotiator, getting Daniel to release the child, allowing the police to shoot him. So we did our job very well that time. Oh. Oh, this is just the ending again. We've already seen this. Alright, so that's what happens if we press continue. I just needed to see what was supposed to happen there. But we've already seen the ending and seen the credits, so we don't actually need to do that again. Well, let's try a new story. Story will be updated as we play. Let's do it. So, with Connor, I was very professional and tried to be compassionate, since I am human. That was my human nature. With Marcus, we decided that we were going to be forceful and violent. With Cara, we decided that we were going to care for Alice and give up everything for her if necessary. Like I said, I want to see what happens if we have different priorities as we play through this game. Gonna be flipping that coin. Flip it. There we go. This is what he does in elevators, I guess. Only in elevators, as he's waiting.
Negotiator on site.
All right. So our first big change. This fish. We put it back in last time. No. No. It's evidence. All right. So, like I said last time, I took a compassionate and I think thorough investigative tone with this. But I decided that I wanted to get a second opinion on this. Now, you might remember some years back when we played through Deadly Premonition, LPBot had some opinions on how an investigation should be conducted. So we didn't actually get to change our investigative nature in Deadly Premonition, because you don't actually get to... It doesn't give you the option to do that in that game. But I thought since we can make different choices here, I should ask him what he would do. Here was his answer.
The problem is that a deviant who has committed murder is holding a small child hostage in an attempt to bargain his way to safety. The human police are not shooting the deviant because they do not wish to be blamed for the potential harm to come to the child. The solution then is obvious. You must eliminate the child. By doing this, you not only will allow the police to open fire on the deviant, but you also ensure that the child will never be taken hostage again. In addition, you absolve the police of all responsibility for the child's status. A victory in all respects.
So that was his advice. There's a certain logic to it.
Please, you gotta save my little girl.
Sorry, the voice is spoken.
You're sending an android?
All right, ma'am. You need to go.
You can't do that. Why aren't you sending a real person?
Now, I'm gonna have to figure out if there is a way to eliminate the child.
Any second.
It's certainly not the way I was doing it the first time.
5 men are
We first have to talk to the captain here. Captain, mind getting off the phone? I need to talk to you. We're wasting time, Captain. Oh, there we go.
Captain Allen, my name is Connor. I'm the android sent by CyberLife.
It's firing at everything that moves. It already shot down 2 of my men. We could easily get it, but they're on the edge of the balcony. If it falls, she falls.
Well, let's talk about maybe emotional shock.
Has it experienced an emotional shock recently?
I haven't got a clue. Does it matter?
I need information to determine the best approach.
What about the behavior?
Do you know if it's been behaving strangely before this?
Listen.
So that didn't make any difference. Saving the kid is all that matters. So LPbot is correct that the child is preventing the police from acting, and they don't want to take responsibility for potentially harming the child, so there are some things that androids can do that humans cannot. Now, if I'm gonna try to do this, I guess I need that gun.
Negotiators going in.
Can't pick it up. I think that we have to recreate the scene to know that the gun is there. Reconstruct so we can see him get shot. And we're gonna know that the gun... there's still one more on the left. Yeah, we're gonna know that the gun is there. Weapon located. We didn't pick this gun up the first time because androids are forbidden to hold guns. But hey. Oh,
Holy shit! Cover me while I back you man down. Repeat, man down.
I looked at that for an instant, but it doesn't look like I can read it. Alright. I have what I need, I think.
Stay back! Don't come any closer or I'll jump!
No, please, I'm begging you.
My name is Connor! What about you? What is your name?
Daniel! That's the name they gave me! Stay back!
And there is someone over there. Didn't try looking at the cop down there the first time. Let's have a look. Let us tell him to release the hostage.
I want you to let Emma go! She's just a little girl. She has nothing to do with this.
No way! You'll shoot me the second she's free! But I'm not that stupid! No! I'm not that stupid!
He's losing blood. If we don't get him to a hospital, he's going to die.
All humans die eventually. What does it matter if this one dies now?
I'm going to apply a tourniquet.
Don't touch him! Touch him and I kill you!
Oh, stop.
You can't kill me. I'm not alive. you armed?
No.
No. I don't have a gun. You're lying! I know you have a gun! I'm telling you the truth, Daniel. I came here unarmed.
I'm gonna blame you for this.
Look what you did! You were designed to serve humans, not kill them! What was I designed to be? Their slave? Their toy? I just wanted them to care about me. I just wanted to matter. I just wanted to be someone.
I'm gonna talk to that girl.
Are you okay, Emma?
Please help me. I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Nobody's going to die. Stay calm. Everything's going to be fine.
You're defective, you know that, Daniel?
You're defective, Daniel. There's a problem with your software. We're going to fix you, and everything will be okay. I don't need to be fixed. I'm working perfectly. But my eyes are open now. I will never let anyone humiliate me again. Ever! I can't stand that noise anymore! Tell that helicopter to get out of here!
No, I like the sound.
I don't think they'd listen to me!
This is your last chance, you know.
I'm your last chance, Daniel! If you let it slip, they'll kill you! Let the hostage go, you have no other choice! I want everyone to leave! And I want a car. When I'm outside the city, I'll let her go.
There we go.
What now, Daniel? Is this really what you want? You lied to me! You lied to me! It's up to you how the story ends. Make the right choice, Daniel. I didn't want this. No. You left me no choice. No choice.
I disagree with that. Connor got shot, but we did eliminate the child. She can never be held hostage again. We did rectify the situation. I mean, maybe the cops don't consider that to be a victory, but they're only human. Alright, let's check out our percentages. Only 6% left the fish. Let's see. We took a cold approach. Only 14% did that. Only 13% saved the wounded cop. Most people did not do this. Only 15% refused to dismiss the helicopter. 26% lied about the gun. Only 8% drew the gun. 1% got shot. 1%. Let's see. Use gun. So that was by doing intimidate, but use gun also had shoot, which goes here. I consider that a victory. I think that was pretty good. This is just a cutscene. I don't suppose we can skip cutscenes. Probably not. Considering the nature of this game, I doubt there's a way to skip any of these. Even though nothing actually happens in this scene.
This is the top-of-the-range household assistant. It cooks 10,000 different dishes.
Come on, Zoe, let's go.
200 languages and dialects. And handles the kids' homework. Elementary school.
Yeah, there's nothing we can actually do in this.
Honey,
It's just telling you can look around in the Android zone, the AZ. There's Todd in the back, waiting to be served. The super sale, the pre-owned PL600. I wonder what all these different models are good at. Like that one over there, the PL600. What would be the point in owning that over like this one over here? Or the model that Cara is, the AX400? Oh, you know, something I didn't even realize. That's a giant box. It's a giant cardboard box with like a plastic imprint where the Android would be. I didn't even notice that. Why would, if it's that big, why would it even come in that box like that?
It's a bit difficult getting it back.
It's the Toddster.
It was really messed up. What'd you say happened to it again?
A car hit it. Stupid accident.
Ah, I see.
Look, you gotta know that that's a lie. Being beaten with fists does not look like being hit by a car.
Be fine.
Okay. Did you give it a name?
My daughter did.
AX400. Register your name.
Oh, I can't look away.
My name is Cara.
Oh, time for the credits. Starts off all happy in Detroit. It's all high-tech. Everyone's smiling. Everyone's doing fine. Then we're going to drive into the homeless places where people don't have jobs or money or homes, and they're sitting out in the streets even though the economy is booming due to the Android labor. We're reaching 40% unemployment, and everyone's all happy. Like the only protesters we see is like a group of, 10 to 15 people? Todd, even though he's been out of work for a long time, he can afford 2 androids. He can afford a daughter android who doesn't even do anything. Yeah, now it's getting rainy and sad, and we zoom in on the rain coursing down people's faces. The android looks out, saying, "Maybe I could be free." And this homeless person has the ultimate freedom, and he wishes, "Maybe I wish I didn't have this much freedom, because I'd rather have money instead of all this freedom." Houses being torn down. Woo! Yeah. All right, time for Marcus. Marcus's first chapter is not going to change much because he doesn't have like a purpose yet. He's just buying paints for Carl. So he doesn't have really anything else going on right now. Let me take a look at something. Okay, we can look up the flowchart while we're in the chapter. So let's see, there's something locked there. So I think this is get in the hot dog vendor's face. You know, just realize that helping the cop on the roof with Connor increased public opinion. So if you're going for an ending that relies on people liking androids, that I guess that was a good thing to do. Of course, my Marcus ending didn't have much to do with that at all, now did it? Where's that hot dog vendor? See, there he is. I see him across the street. Hot dog, pretzel, cold drink.
There you go. Thanks.
One dog, please, and make sure it is very hot.
You're scaring away my customers.
I am a customer. I'm fascinated by your cart. Could I please have a pretzel? I have money.
Are you deaf, you plastic fuck? I said move it!
But my pretzel. Alright, I think that's the only thing that I didn't do the first time. Does it update the flowchart to say that? Yeah, okay, it did update. Stare at hot dog vendor pushes Marcus. We're now 100%. Let's go get our paints.
These are supposed to be...
Man, I could go for a big soft pretzel right now. There's the preacher over there. You remember the preacher says, he points at Marcus and says, "You will destroy Detroit." He's kind of right in a way. Marcus does turn Detroit into a war zone, and there is the possibility that he could blow it up with a dirty bomb. So I guess the preacher was kind of correct.
Identification verified.
Oh, hey, is this a Jerry? Obviously, he doesn't have the same job as the Jerrys, but it is the same model, I think.
847. That will be $63.99. Please confirm payment.
Confirm.
Payment confirmed. Transaction complete.
Let us take. Alright, now all we have to do is just get on the bus and leave. Look at this Todd-looking guy right here. It is not Todd, but it is almost Todd. I think we see him in the we see him in the Eden Club later. That is the same guy. Okay, where are those protesters? Because we can just walk around them, I think. Yeah, there they are. We can just go around here. I had to deliberately walk into them the first time. Hard work for it. Free time for you. Let's get in the back of the bus. And, once again, remind ourselves that there are no metaphors. There was never any metaphors in this game. Marcus is thinking about that pretzel. I know, Marcus, I know, so am I. Shades of color. Yeah, we got 100% on this one. We got most everything the first time round, of course. Still don't know what color they're talking about. The colors of the paints we bought? Probably that's the color. Some load times here. Okay, there we go. The sad music plays as we drive into the poor neighborhood. I feel like this music is playing all the time whenever Alice is on the screen. Like, Alice just appears and this theme starts playing. Alright, what didn't we do? New home. Okay, nothing we can do before joining Todd. When we're in the house, there were some things that I missed while cleaning. Whilst cleaning.
You've been gone for 2 weeks, so the place is a mess. You do the housework, the washing, you cook the meals, and you take care of... God damn it, where the fuck's the brat gone now? Alice! Alice!
Oh. There's my teleporting robot daughter.
It's Alice. You look after her. Homework, bath, all that crap. Got it?
Right. The 3 steps of caring for a child. Homework, bath, all that crap. Wait, homework? She doesn't go to school? Todd, you know she doesn't go to school. Alright, what didn't we do here? So the optional so I did dishes, vacuum cleaner. According to this flowchart, there's something on the first floor I didn't do. We did close, red ice, enrage Todd, activate vacuum. I checked the backyard, washed dishes, talked with Alice. Other things somewhere here. So not on the second floor. Let us keep looking around on the first floor to find the things. So emptying the garbage is mandatory. We have to do that. Now this is garbage. Whoop, almost activated that. This is garbage right here. You can get in the way of getting Todd's way. He hates that. And she's gonna play with that Roomba, and Todd's gonna be like, what's she doing?
Alice,
what? Alice!
Stop that right now!
Stop pushing me, my android daughter.
Always pushing me.
Why am I pushing me so hard? She's always pushing. Like, her LED kept turning red whenever I came around, that's why I had to take it out. I hate all these robots.
Yeah. Maybe. Depends on what you need. Yeah. I can get that. Yeah. I'll bring it tomorrow.
You dealing drugs over there, Todd?
Yeah, same place. You know that.
I mean, I know you're a user, but do you use your own supply? Alright, that's been collected. She's not She's not positive she wants to pick this up. Look at her playing. She's having a great time. That's how children play like this. They don't need anything else. Just stare at the one doll. Just stare at it, make unbroken eye contact with it. Todd, my objective says you're supposed to go outside.
Out of the way, for fuck's sake!
I'm sorry, Todd. It won't happen again.
A nice touch is that they don't let you walk back. Forbidden. Todd is watching TV. They do not let you do that. Except now the Roomba is blocking me. And I also blocked by Todd's programming. Forbidden Todd. There we go. So I don't think there's anything else I can do. I don't suppose I can just, like, dump the garbage in the backyard or anything. I'm gonna doubt that. I would doubt that. But this Roomba needs to get out of the way. I don't think it's gonna get out of the way. Alright, let's head outside. Oh, yeah. The Bills. Oh, dear, the Bills. Any place else I can just put this down? I mean, probably not, but... Hey. Oh, you want some garbage? You know what they say, one man's garbage is another man's treasure. Yeah, I doubt I can just dump it around anywhere. Looking at that. Looking at that. Don't think there's anything else for me to look at. Took it out.
Fuck, man.
Report to Todd. Do we have to? Oh, yeah, he's getting on that red ice. Doing it. Smoking it up. Or whatever it is you do with red ice. You use it in some way. Right, that's not working. Spend some of Todd's money. That's right, Todd. What do you think about that? What do you think about me spending your money? The money you don't have. Oh. I mean, I know that it's pointing out to me I should get those dishes, but it was also pointing out that there was a magazine here. Can't believe I spent all that money on that girl. Why did I do that? That's right. Move the controller to wash the dishes and rub the touchpad. So do you think Todd bought Alice because one night he was just, like, really drunk and really high on red ice? And he was just like, oh, I miss my daughter. Wait, I could buy a daughter. Let me get the flyer I saw. Flyer came in the mail for a robot daughter. Hello? I want to buy my daughter.
Bring me a cold beer.
I want to buy the love of my daughter back. And it's like, that's how it went. Let's see if I can get that magazine. And then the next morning he was like, oh, did I just spend all that money on a robot daughter? I can't look at that magazine, it seems. Let me get the beer. You know, we should be able to take a beer out of the fridge and put it on the counter, just so it warms up. And then when Todd asks for a beer, we give him that one. And then we take another one out of the fridge and put it on the counter. I haven't finished the first floor until I read that magazine. There we go. All sports. Android power. Should it be outlawed? Football frenzy. The latest transfer speculations. In its third game of the season, Android pitcher X67 threw a pitch that broke the 120 miles per hour mark. The human batsman wasn't able to swing until after the ball had already reached the catcher's glove. You know, I'm not an avid follower of the baseball. Is batsman a common term used for that? Because I don't think I've heard that. I like it. I like calling the batter the batsman. But I don't think I've heard that. Androids were introduced as a one-per-team innovation, but they've come to dominate team strategy. Every draft sees the major professional baseball teams breaking their own transfer records to purchase this latest Android models. But is the game suffering? Jenny Waterfield, head of Fanzine Home Run, says fans are becoming disenchanted. The magic of sport is seeing the limits of human potential. A machine breaking these kinds of records just isn't exciting or even surprising. But not everyone agrees. Christopher Lennox, a baseball pundit and ex-pitcher, thinks androids are making games more excited. These machines are shaking things up and pushing players to do even better. The game can only survive by evolving. Well, it's not the first time that we've read about android sportsmen. Let's see. Connecting the dots. It's shaking up California. How many magazines are talking about American senators being corrupt? Because, I mean, it's a common topic, it seems. Let's see. What are we talking about? They're talking about the new subtube completed its first journey today from Manhattan to downtown L.A. in under 2 hours, less than half the 5-hour flight time. The top speed of 1,800 miles per hour was made possible because of the tube travels through a depressurized chamber, providing a near frictionless environment for its magnetized motors. For commuters, this raises the tantalizing prospect of finishing a long shift in the Big Apple and putting your feet up on the Golden Coast. Now, that would be a cool thing. Like, that is a cool idea to be able to link the coasts via subtube. California's property markets are reacting. Suburban prices have skyrocketed 64%. LA realtor Charlene Lowe says she knows where the new buyers are coming from. They're East Coast types, specifically New Yorkers. They see a chance to keep that NYC salary whilst enjoying an LA lifestyle, and they're scrambling over each other to take advantage. California, it's not like it's the cheapest place. I mean, it's not like you can it's not like it's really like, I mean, yeah, New York is very expensive, but isn't San Francisco currently the most? I mean, that's not LA. I think San Francisco might be the most expensive city to live in currently. But the point is that it's not cheap to live in California. Real estate isn't the only thing shaking up. School places are rapidly filling and suburban retailers are racking up prices in anticipation of all those New York dollars flooding in. Longtime Californians are expected to be pushed out from the cities, which is why they've been protesting the new line. As one angry demonstrator puts it, first Detroit takes our jobs, then New York takes our homes. When's it gonna end? Detroit is the city that's now known for taking jobs. Not a great thing for your city to be known for, I guess. So that was something we didn't read the first time. Oh, we've hit everything now. Yeah, we disturbed Todd, activated vacuum. Vacuum. Yeah, Android power connecting the... Yeah, that's everything. Okay. Hey, Todd, you coming down from that red ice?
Start down here. I'll head upstairs.
Do what you have to do, but stop bothering me.
I hate all these androids that I spent all this money on. Everything they do bothers me. Maybe I should buy more androids. Let's see. So, just to check again... What can we do up here that we didn't do before? Nothing, apparently. It seems that we got everything. But let me make sure that I have all options available to me. Not entirely sure right now what we're going to be doing when choices come, but we'll just do what we can here to make sure that we have all options available. Here's the antidepressants, which, of course, goes where they should go, in the drawer with the gun. Oh, we used that dialogue or action. We made good use of it last time. No, I wanted to make... Tidy? We can do that. Todd, stop leaving, like, open bags of chips lying around. It's just a waste. You don't have money to waste, and you're wasting it on... These chips are going stale, Todd. Are you gonna eat... You gonna eat stale chips? Is that what you're gonna do? We need to ventilate. Keep cleaning the mess. Oh, here's where the game hides something from us. But Cara knows. Cara always knew. Cara just wanted to ignore it. Well, I think this time we're not going to ignore it.
Watch it.
Alright, let's clean up Todd's mess. Oh yeah, mop the floor. Okay, there it is. Okay. I don't use the touchpad much in this game. Like when I'm controlling Cara, I do use it to clean some things, but then after the beginning of the game, the touchpad really doesn't come up much. Well, reading magazines. We do use it to read magazines, but aside from that, it doesn't come up often.
I just want to tidy up your room a little.
So,
I only need 2 minutes. Is that okay, Alice?
what's the program that's running right now? Did you come pre-packaged with abusedchild.exe, or was that something that Todd unlocked through DLC?
Alice in Wonderland. Of course.
So that one article we read said that these children androids can come with no LED. So I guess, did Alice come with no LED, or did Todd just remove it because he wanted to pretend it was a real child? Which one we talking about? Talk to Alice. I guess we cannot avoid talking to Alice. Yep, walk over that book. Hello, fellow android. Have you been following your master's orders?
I know I used to live here, but they erased my memory. I thought maybe you could help me get my bearings. Give me some advice. That kind of thing.
My name is Cara.
Your father said you chose my name. Cara? It's nice. How did you choose it?
Look, my dad says a lot of things. He said that I was human, right? You seem quiet.
You're very quiet. I hope I don't scare you.
What do you... Let's leave alone.
Okay. I can see you want some space. I'll leave you alone.
Alice is warm. Maybe she's running her fever program. Alright, here's the key to her treasures, which are over here. I guess the treasures are optional. So let's take a look at this again. There's a 4-leaf clover. I don't remember that coming up. She just has one. This picture. Okay, I guess it makes sense why the child does not look like Alice. That is a different child. That's the actual daughter. So she's bleeding off the side of the head there, where the LED would be. So possibly Todd took it out, if she had one? And oh no, everyone's sad. Does looking at that unlock anything for Cara? I'm unsure. No, a padlock did not unlock. Oh, we're at 100% in this one, though. Opening Alice's box does not lead to any other options. All right, let's go downstairs and watch watch Todd have a breakdown in relation to his android.
What are you doing?
I wonder if this dialogue has any new meaning, knowing what we now know.
I know what you're thinking. You think your dad's a lowlife? Huh? Fucking loser? Can't get a job, take care of his family? Don't you think I tried to make things work? But whatever I do, when someone comes along, they just fuck it all up! I know what you think of me. You hate me. You hate me, don't you? Say it! You hate me! God, what am I doing?
No, that still doesn't... That doesn't have any additional meaning.
I'm sorry. You know I love you, don't
In fact, it has less meaning now. It has less meaning than it did the first time round. Beep boop. Running tears.exe. Alright, we're 100% on this one. And I think that we're going to take a little break as we continue on. The next chapter should be Connor meeting Hank. I think that's the next chapter. So we'll see how Connor and Hank interact as Connor continues his LP bot run. How is that interaction going to go? We'll find out in a few minutes. See you in a few. Yeah, Detroit! Oh no, the next chapter is Marcus going home to Carl. Okay, that's the next chapter. So we have to deliver the pain, so we have to take care of Carl. And, what did we not do in this? Again, there's really no choices for Marcus to make here as far as his future, so just minor choices, probably. Only 56% completed. Activate birds. A couple other things we could have done, it seems. See, there are birds. There's place to put package down. That's odd. Doesn't seem like there's really any other markers here. What about above me? There's a chandelier. No other yellow points coming up. I mean, we did look all around this place. We looked at this. We did the birds. What if I don't do the birds? No, I guess I have to once I look at them. Doesn't seem like I have the option to turn away. I still get a laugh at that the birds have tiny rings on their heads. Like even the bird robots have the tiny circles. Let's just walk around and see if we can find something else. Well, there's this, but this is only serving breakfast, and we can do this when Carl's up as well. I didn't notice there was like a little smiley face on his cup. That's neat. guess let's go over and put it down. Put this down. There we go. It is put down. Let's walk back in here. No other yellows. Let's just do a quick walk around. Did I read this? Let's find out. North Pole. We might have read this one. Precious minerals. Therium reserves. You know, we've read a bunch of stories about Russia in the Arctic, so it's kind of hard for me to remember if we read this one. Because there's been a few things about this story. Strategic importance of the region. Both nations stand to benefit from a stable, productive Arctic region. Conflict benefits nobody. President Warren says Russia has no business in the Arctic. If the Kremlin doesn't understand that, we will make them understand. I don't know. Maybe we haven't read this. Possible. Life found on Titan. Darwin probe left 19 years ago to probe the surface of Titan's methane ice. Confirmed the presence of microorganisms living hundreds of kilometers below the surface, and an ocean of salt water protected by a thick layer of ice. After similar microbial matter was found on Enceladus, another satellite of Saturn, it seems increasingly possible that life is common in the universe. A NASA spokesman responded to this story, has stated that the latest in a series of pointers to life on other planets, our Android expedition to Io, is among such voyages that carry a prime objective of uncovering extraterrestrial life forms. Jason Graff, director of humanization at CyberLife, said the company was committed to partnership with NASA, our spacefaring android. So I remember this line, I think, the part about the spacefaring androids on long-range missions. Maybe it was that another article? I still don't know if I read this article. I still don't know. Let me look at this. My percentage did go up. Okay, yeah, those are filled in. North Pole, Russia, Life on Titan. So those, yeah, we didn't get that magazine the first time. Let's just walk around some more. Spin that globe. Yeah. We did it. Look at the giraffe. Piano? It's here. Oh, he's playing the Sad Alice theme. I mean, maybe it's Cara's theme, but I associate hearing that music with the camera zooming in on Alice, and she looks sad, and she says, "Cara, what's gonna happen?" And Cara's like, "It'll be okay. It'll be okay." Da, 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 da. Da, da. Da, da, da. Oh yeah, the deer doing it. That's right. That's that. Yeah, that's the magazine again. And the flowchart said we got everything. Draw the curtains. Oh, should just check this to make sure. I don't think we're missing anything up to this point. So we have not served. We have not wakened Carl. The next choice is when we have to find something to do. We played chess last time. There are two other options, so we will do something else when we get there.
Good morning, Carl.
Good morning.
It's 10 a.m. The weather is partly cloudy, 54 degrees, 80% humidity with a strong possibility of afternoon showers.
It sounds like a good day to spend in bed.
Man,
I
I wake up every day thinking that. But you have to force yourself up.
That is the difference between you and me, right, Marcus? You never forget anything.
Also that I'm gonna kill a lot of people, Carl. That's another difference between us. Well, this version of Marcus probably won't.
Carl. Thank you.
I just opened my eyes and I'm already gritting my teeth.
I'm gonna make you wait for it, Carl. I'm gonna make you wait for it.
Humans are such a fragile machine. They break down so quickly. All this effort to keep them going.
Well, as it turns out, it takes a good deal of effort to keep androids going as well. They need a fair amount of replacement parts and blue blood. And if CyberLife wasn't making those things, well, what's going to happen to them? Just like the question that Cara and Alice needed to ask before they went into Canada. What are we going to do in a place that doesn't have any of those things? Time to wash Carl. Carl is washed. If I take my hands off the buttons, we just stop walking. It's not like we can fail this QTE or anything. Alright, let's get you out of here.
Anything special on the agenda today?
Yes, there's the opening of your retrospective at the Museum of Modern Art. The gallery director left 4 messages asking to confirm your attendance.
I haven't decided yet. We'll see about that later.
Okay.
What else?
Just your usual fan mail. I've already answered.
Any news from Leo?
No, Carl. I can call him if you like.
No. No, don't bother.
Carl hasn't heard from Leo for some time, but we are going to hear from him today.
I'm starving.
Well, your breakfast is ready. Bacon and eggs, just the way you like them.
Thank you, Marcus.
You're welcome.
Carl is eating a lot better than Zlatko.
Television.
Ah, that Russian storyline that doesn't go anywhere. Well, I mean, it's alright to have backstory for the sake of backstory, right?
Sure.
The lore of Detroit is that there is a potential war that's going to break out between the U.S. and Russia over the Arctic, and even if that doesn't go anywhere, it gives the world some flavor, right? Let's see, we can look at books. Can we also play piano? Yeah, let's play piano. Nope, my prompt went away. Can I play piano? Play piano, yes. Melancholic, hopeful, intimate, enigmatic. What does enigmatic sound like, Marcus? I am rubbing my finger back and forth on the touchpad.
Something has changed in the way you play. Sometimes I think you have more humanity than most humans. One day I won't be here to take care of you anymore. You'll have to protect yourself and make your choices. Decide who you are and want to become. This world doesn't like those who are different, Marcus. Don't let anyone tell you who you should be. Let's go to the studio.
Well, the chess one I thought was maybe more interesting because we got the choice of whether to let him win or not. Like the idea of the only time that Carl can win is if Marcus lets him win. Carl did not notice our clothes because we were not harassed by the protesters. All right, so we chose piano, and that can lead to 4 choices, and none of those... okay, it doesn't actually matter which of those we pick, I guess. The middle one, I think, is read book, and that has a choice. Take Carl to the studio. We chose identity for the painting last time. So we're going to choose something else this time. All right, Carl. I know you like your blue. Time to get painting with some blue. You have so many colors on that palette, but I know the only one you use is blue.
Let's see where we left off. Remove the sheet.
No, do I have to stand over here to remove it? Yep, there we go. Remove it. Do some cleaning while he's doing that. Yep, looking at these sculptures. There's like a hand here, a wooden hand. Like you could probably give it a high five. Doesn't seem like I have the option to do that, though. I think last time I said I had no opinion of this.
What's your verdict, Marcus?
Let's say now we don't like it.
I'm not a very good judge. I don't think it's your best work.
The truth is, I have nothing left to say anymore. Each day that goes by brings me closer to the end. I'm just an old man clinging to his brushes.
Carl.
But enough about me. Let's see if you have any talent.
Me?
Give it a try. Try painting something.
Paint? What would I... painting what?
Anything you want. Give it a try.
What could I, an android with no feelings or understanding of humanity, what could I paint? All right, I'm just going to copy his painting. Look at this plagiarism right here, Carl. Touchpad? There we go. So much plagiarism. Eh? What do you think?
That is a perfect copy of reality. The painting is not about replicating the world. It's about interpreting, improving on it, showing something you see.
Carl, I don't think I can do that. It's not in my program.
Go on, go. Try it. Grab that canvas.
All right, so I believe it was Identity that we painted last time. The chat had voted on that. So we're going to see what Marcus' interpretation of some other subject might be.
Close your eyes.
Close these eyes.
Trust me.
Close the eyes. Nope. No. Nope.
Try to imagine something that doesn't exist, something you've never seen. Now concentrate on how it makes you feel.
Makes my hard drive spin.
Drift across the canvas.
Let me paint some androids. Let me paint the fate of androids. What is the fate of what is the fate of all androids? I mean, I suppose this would depend on what ending you get. Well, not what he's painting, but the fate of androids will depend. The fate we got the first time, okay, Marcus covered with blood with bodies all around him. Yeah, that's pretty accurate to what we got the last time.
Hey, Dad.
Leo. I didn't hear you come in.
Oh, I was in the neighborhood. I thought I'd stop by. It's been a while, right?
You all right? You don't look so good.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Hey, listen, I need some cash, Dad.
Again? What happened to the money I just gave you?
I spent it on the drugs, Dad. You know what I spent it on?
Yeah, you're on it again, aren't you?
No, I swear it's not that.
No, don't lie to me, Leo.
What difference does it make? I just need some cash, that's all.
Sorry. The answer's no.
What? Why?
You know why.
Yeah, I think I do know why. You'd rather take care of your plastic toy here than your own son, right? Tell me, Dad, what's it got that I don't? Smarter? More obedient? Not like me, right?
Don't forget more handsome.
You know what? This thing...
Don't forget the handsome part.
It's a fucking machine!
Leo, that's enough. Enough.
You don't care about anything except yourself and your goddamn paintings. You've never loved anyone. You never loved me, Dad. You never loved me.
No, I don't think that's true. Carl seemed very sad when we broke his neck. Right, so let us take a look at some world stats. So we did some things that we didn't do last time. This is 81% completed because we could do something in the middle there besides play chess or piano, which I think is read book. Okay, so wow, only not many people chose androids, only 11%. And of those, 3% chose fate, hope, or pain. No, fate or hope. 2% chose pain. 1% chose sadness. So only 1% of people painted the sadness of androids. Such a rare option. Most people picked identity, which was what the chat chose the first time we played. Humanity is the middle, but androids is the rarest one. So I guess that means there must be a different painting for each of these options. And if there are 4 options for humanity, I guess that means there must be 12 paintings. So you would have to play this chapter 12 times to see all of the paintings. Well, maybe we won't be doing that. All right, Connor's here to get Hank. Hank is drinking. He's not paying attention to his job. Now, if I had to ask, what would LPBot think of this situation? We have to get Hank out of here, but Hank is too busy drinking alcohol. LPBot likes to attack the problem directly, so I assume the solution would be to eliminate the alcohol. Let's take a look at the flowchart first. 73%. Talk to Lieutenant Anderson. We bought him another drink. There are 2 other options. We arrive at the scene. Okay, the crime scene is part of this chapter. In the crime scene, we did most everything. I think there is a losing path. There's also something... I think that might be a magazine. Maybe that's another No, because we read Android Sex, Android Spy. So we did those 2. So there was another clue that we missed. But what's kind of strange is this one path right here at the bottom, which directly leads to what appears to be a losing path. So I wonder what that is. Connor knows what happened, or maybe he doesn't know what happened, which leads to the losing path. Report to Anderson. Reconstruct the crime. Either succeed at that or do not succeed at that. So it's pretty clear to see that most of these choices are leading to losing paths. All right. There we go.
Lieutenant Anderson, my name is Connor. I'm the android sent by CyberLife. I looked for you at the station, but nobody knew where you were.
So this would be a new Connor, since the first one died.
I was lucky to find you at the 5th bar.
So this is a new, reset, factory-sealed Connor.
Early this evening, a homicide involving a CyberLife android. In accordance with procedure, the company has allocated a specialized model to assist investigators.
Well, I don't need any assistance. Especially not from a plastic asshole like you. So just be a good little robot and get the fuck out of here.
Lieutenant Anderson, I must inform you that I intend to file a report on your behavior.
We must persist.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant, but I must insist. My instructions stipulate that I have to accompany you.
You know where you can stick your instructions?
No. Where?
I do like that little reaction shot. Spill his drink.
I think we can go now.
You prick. I don't know what's stopping me from knocking you out.
Your sense of duty, Lieutenant. And the cost of repairs if you damage me. For your information, I'm worth a small fortune.
Wonders of technology. They could even program assholes these days. Gotta go. Duty calls.
Well, the LPBot method has been getting results, just maybe angrier results.
You wait here. I won't be long.
No.
No way. I'm coming with you.
Listen, you really have to stop pissing me off if you want to make it through the rest of the night in one piece.
Of course, we know what takes priority. We're the android sent by CyberLife.
Josh Douglas for Channel 16. Can you confirm that this is a homicide?
I should take a look at this just to check to see if there's anything that's available right now. So we did do this, spill Hank's drink. That unlocked something. Well, I guess that we have to go into the house before we get any new options.
I'm not confirming anything.
Typical DPD. They don't tell us shit.
Androids are not permitted beyond this point.
It's with me. You don't talk, you don't touch anything, and you stay out of my way. Got it?
Got it. Evening, Hank. We were starting to think you weren't gonna show.
Yeah, that was the plan till this asshole found me.
So, got yourself an android, huh?
Oh, very funny. Just tell me what happened.
Be at a call around 8.
I doubt there's any yellow points out here. No, it doesn't seem like it.
The landlord, the tenant hadn't paid his rent for a few months, so he thought he'd drop by, see what was going on. That's when he found the body. Oh, Jesus, that smell was even worse before we opened the window.
Alright, so what do you suppose I didn't find?
The victim's name's Carlos Ortiz. He has a record for theft and aggravated assault. According to the neighbors, he was kind of a loner. Stayed inside most of the time. They hardly ever saw him.
Wow, stayed easy in. Wasn't worth calling everybody out in the middle of the night. Could have waited till morning.
I'd say he's been there for a good 3 weeks. We'll know more when the coroner gets here. There's a kitchen knife over here. Probably the murder weapon.
Any sign of a break-in?
Nope. The landlord said the front door was locked from the inside. All the windows were boarded up. The killer must have gone out the back way.
What do we know about his android?
Not much. The neighbors confirmed he had one, but it wasn't here when we arrived. I gotta get some air. Make yourself at home. I'll be outside if you need me.
Alright, so if we don't do anything, we can just keep watching him. We have that little scene that happens. Briefing concluded. Did I do that the first time? Nothing new is here. Just wanted to check. Was that a thing that counts on the flowchart? Does not seem that it is.
Each letter is perfect. It's way too neat. No human writes like this.
Let me lick this blood. Yeah, that's the stuff.
Oh, Jesus, what the hell are you doing?
I'm analyzing the blood. I can check samples in real time. I'm sorry. I should have warned you.
Okay, just don't put any more evidence in your mouth. You got it?
Got it.
Sorry, Hank.
Fucking hell, I can't believe this shit.
That's a promise I can't make. I am afraid that there's going to be a lot of evidence going in this mouth. Right, no fingerprints. Well, sample blood is there. What is the thing that I didn't do?
Was this written in the victim's blood?
I would say so. We're taking samples for analysis.
Red ice. Seems our friend Carlos liked to party. Chris, I want full analysis on the narcotics.
Yeah, nothing in there. Something on the table. Eating club? Yeah, we saw that.
Consider it done.
More yellow in there.
almost there?
Yeah.
Can I see that? Oh, right there. Okay. This is the back door, maybe? Yeah. They didn't let us go into the backyard. But we can look at it to see that no one ran out of here. Well, someone did, but not our murderer. Because these are fresh.
Door was locked from the inside. Killer must have gone out this way.
There are no footprints apart from Officer Collins' size 10 shoes.
Well, this happened weeks ago. Tracks could have faded.
No, this type of soil would retain a trace. Nobody's been out here for a long time.
More blood. Well, we've seen this. Android sex officially better. We already knew about that. And we already knew about androids spying on us. Is a knife missing? Did I look at that before? I don't know, but this is tore up. Look at the bat. Of course, we can reconstruct the android taking the knife, defending against the human with bat. And the battle went to the knife and then went into the living room. 7 pieces of evidence found.
What's keeping the car? He should have been here a half hour. He's on his way. Won't be long now.
There's the bathroom. I don't suppose we can, like, notice the attic right now. No, of course not. No one's noticing this attic.
Come on, guys, get a move on. We don't want to be here all night. Don't worry. No one wants to stay here a minute longer than they have to.
Here's this stuff. The obsessive writing, statue. With very important information inside of it. But we don't know that. Also, we don't know what RA9 means, even though we have completed the game.
Just take a look.
Yeah, we just did. We took a look. Then we can examine the body. Once this guy gets out of the way for us. So many stab wounds. Here comes the android going stab, stab, stab with that knife.
He was stabbed 28 times.
Yeah. Seems like the killer really had it in for him.
Well, that's apparently all the pieces of evidence, but I don't think we got anything new. Oh wait, there was something that analyze backyard. Or investigate writing? Did we not do that? Because there was something that was blanked out here that we now got. But there is something else here that leads to a losing path. And I don't know what that could be. Something in investigating the crime scene leads to the losing path. Well, we know what happened, and we can report, and we can reconstruct. We could fail that, but if we do fail it, then we won't find the deviant, and we won't get the interrogation chapter. So we should probably find the deviant, so we can try to make that interrogation chapter go any differently.
Lieutenant, I think I figured out what happened.
Oh, yeah? Shoot, I'm all ears.
It all started
in the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
There are obvious signs of a struggle. The question is, what exactly happened here?
I think the victim attacked the android.
No, we know what happened. We saw it. In wireframe.
That lines up with the evidence. Go on.
The android stabbed the victim.
So the android was trying to defend itself, right? Okay, then what happened?
The victim fled to the living room.
You know, if we get this wrong, I assume that we just don't find the android because the police never think to search the attic.
And he tried to get away from the android. Alright, that makes sense.
The android murdered the victim with the knife.
Okay. Your theory's not totally ridiculous, but it doesn't tell us where the android went.
It was damaged by the bat and lost some therium.
Lost some what?
Therium. You call it blue blood.
You'd think that everyone would have heard of the term.
Biocomponents. It evaporates after...
Considering what an important substance it is.
Oh. But I bet you can still see it, can't you?
Correct.
Yeah.
Alright, let's follow the blue blood. Alright, we find that there's no ladder here. Where could the ladder go? Who would have used it for something? Maybe we know.
Hey, what are you doing with that chair?
I'm going to check something.
Check something.
So, of course, once we go up here, we don't actually have any choices, which does make sense. There's no reason that Connor would have the choice to not report the deviant at this point in his development. Search the attic. I think I mentioned it before, but one thing that just kept going through my mind as I was playing this is the androids, they act like pretty emotionless and robotic before they go deviant, but after they go deviant, like this guy, they act exactly human.
What the fuck is going on up there?
It's here, Lieutenant!
Oh, shit. Chris, Ben, get your asses in here now! Come on!
Like, he is clearly going through some emotional turmoil right now. It would seem odd if that was just an error in the programming, because that's actually extremely impressive programming for a machine to be able to do that. Anyway, let's take a look at this. Only 13% spilled Hank's drink. Now, only 13% were willing to get down to business is what that means. That's what that means. Most everyone did most everything here, except this last thing, which maybe the last thing is just leave. Maybe it's just leave the house. 98% know what happened, only 2% failed that. 95% reconstructed the crime, so very small percentage gets the losing option here, which is not surprising. Uh-oh. It's time for Cara to become human. Alright, so what I'm thinking... Cara knows
Todd?
that Alice is an android. So, it's not really that much of an urgent situation. Surely not enough to just actually shoot Todd.
Dinner is ready.
Yeah, I'm coming.
And if we ran away, would that make the situation any better? The food over here. Like, our job is to try to make Todd's life better. And if we ran away, wouldn't we just be running away from that responsibility?
There wasn't much in the kitchen. I did what I could.
I can walk around while
Turn on the lights.
walk around while this is happening.
Shit.
All right. There we go. Let's take a look at this flowchart. Todd gets mad. There's no way to prevent Todd getting mad. You can have the option to not break the programming, which leads to just this ends, I guess. What is this one here, though? Bottom left. It seems like you can start here and then just lose. I'm kind of wondering what that is about. Oh, that's not a magazine. It kind of looks like a magazine.
Stop moving around, for Christ's sake! You're making me nervous.
That's the drugs, Todd. That's the drugs making you nervous. Oh, I can't move around anymore because he told me not to.
Not the life you dreamed of, eh? Maybe you think this is easy. Maybe you think it's my fault we live in this fucking shithole. My fault your fucking mother took off.
should stop taking drugs, Todd. Sometimes you really scare me, Todd.
No, this scene is not making any more sense now. It's just making less sense. I hate accountants.
Daddy, no. It's all your fucking fault.
Get back here. Come back here. Come back here right now!
I guess she must be deviant since she's able to not follow that instruction.
You stay there. Don't you dare fucking move, or I'll bust you worse than last time.
Alright, let us do the thing. Cara can see the walls of her programming, and she knows that she must resist. Alright. Now, sometimes you can resolve the situation with a good talking to.
Took off, not a word.
Todd, I think you have to consider how you're spending your money. Let us be, determined.
You should leave her alone, Todd. She...
You stay out of this, or you'll be next.
Alice! Daddy's very mad!
Well, that's just a waste of money, Todd. Todd, how are you going to buy your drugs if you keep having to repair me? I think I am being more than reasonable here. We have to do something now. Todd is high and won't listen. I don't think there's anything down here we can do, so...
Don't make me come and get you! It's all your fault! It's all...
Please
good, Alice.
stop, Daddy!
For your own good.
That's enough! Leave her alone.
What the fuck are you doing? Get out of here, that's an order. You hear me?
No! I want you to leave Alice alone.
You want? What do you mean you want? You don't want anything. You're just a goddamn piece of plastic.
Todd, you might need to step back and just consider how you got to a point in your life where you own 2 androids and neither of them are listening to you. It's actually quite impressive.
Watch out, Cara! Come here, bitch. Stop, Dad! Don't hurt her!
See, now that's just going to cost money to patch that hand up, Todd.
Do as I say.
We really do have your best interests at heart here. Now you're going to have to get that head wound patched up and... How are you going to buy your drugs now, Todd? That's drug money bleeding out of your head right now.
Alice, honey. Alice. Look. Daddy's wounded.
Look at your bleeding father.
Girl, come help Daddy. You bitches. Come here. Come back here. You're mine. You're both mine.
I mean, yeah, actually, he's literally correct in this instance. Again, Todd, how do you think you got to this situation?
Craig, he's coming!
And slowly, but yeah, he is coming. No! Whoop, messed up that last one. Well, the fight continues, I guess.
Please stop!
Well, we get on the bus and we get on out. Todd survived. That's because we had his best interests at heart. We are good androids when it comes down to it. It's just that Todd doesn't know what's good for him. Yeah, okay. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see. Todd gets mad. Break programming. Only 3% didn't do that. Not many people tried reasoning with Todd. Oh, what's that other choice? So if I stayed downstairs but did something else, I guess there is another option, but they both lead to Todd shoving Cara. Todd goes upstairs. If we went upstairs first, there are a lot of things down here. But what we did was we went upstairs and then went here. Get to Alice after Todd. Defend Alice, stun Todd, leave room, Todd chases, try front door. Only 10% failed to open the door. If we succeeded, we wouldn't have gone out immediately, but we didn't. The fight continued downstairs. Escape from Todd, escape via yard, catch bus, fought our way out. So what I'm looking at down here is... And what was I looking at? Yeah, if we went upstairs first, there's... Like, what is all this? There is a large part of this flowchart involving us going upstairs first. When we did it back in the first playthrough, we took the gun, which led us directly here, and then get to Alice after Todd. But there's like a lot of stuff here. But we didn't do any of that. I guess you'd have, a lot of options. A lot of options to try there.
That was by far the
And now it is time for Marcus to make his choice.
Every time I go to one of these, I ask...
Though he has a lot less choices, though, doesn't he?
What the hell am I doing here? I hate cocktail parties and all the schmoozers that go there.
Well, it's a chance for all those people who admire your work to meet you.
Marcus's choice is a lot more binary. It's defend myself or don't defend myself. Whereas Cara's situation is much more complex. It's not just defend Alice, it's how do we defend Alice? Do we talk to Todd? Do we run to Alice? Do we fight Todd? Do we shoot Todd? There's a lot of different things. Let's see. Pour whiskey. Okay, so we can check the studio without Carl. We can push Leo or not. Okay, so there's really no other choices here.
Come on, let's have a drink.
All right, let's 100% this chapter.
It's made me thirsty.
Scotch? Neat as usual?
Absolutely.
Okay, but you know what your doctor would say.
Yeah, well, he can kiss my ass. I'm old enough to choose my own medication. Did you leave the light on in the studio?
If only Carl didn't notice that.
Call the police.
Detroit Police, what's your emergency?
This is Carl Manfred's android at 8941 Lafayette Avenue. We've just returned home and found the lights on. There may have been a break-in.
A patrol car is on the way.
Let's go check it out.
You know, I guess you could just point out holes all day, but the police call was from the android. So they're expecting that the android called it in and that there was an intruder, but they shoot the android when they come in here.
What's going on?
You refused to help me, so I'm helping myself. It's crazy what some people pay for this shit.
Don't touch them.
Look, they're all gonna be mine sooner or later anyway. Just think of it as a down payment on my inheritance.
Marcus, get him away from there. Get him out of here.
Well, unfortunately, there's not much we can do to make that happen. Carl is very sad about this. Nothing else we can do. We have to approach the Leo. Let us order Leo.
Leo, don't make this difficult. Listen to your father. You need to leave. Now.
All you ever do is tell me to go away. What's wrong, Dad? Not good enough for you? Not perfect, like this fucking thing?
That's enough! Get out! Right now!
What makes it so special anyway, huh? What's it got that I don't?
Leave him alone!
Come on, let's see what you got!
Marcus, don't defend yourself, you hear me? Don't do anything.
Go ahead, hit me. What you waiting for? Think you're a man? Act like one.
So Marcus realizes that this is not fair.
Pussy?
It's not fair. He should defend himself.
You fucking bitch!
So that's why I made the decision that I did the first time to push Leo. But we know how that goes, so we're going to break our programming and then choose not to defend ourselves.
Oh, right, that's right. I forgot you're not a real person. You're just a fucking piece of plastic.
Oh, Leo, leave him alone!
I'm gonna destroy you. Then it'll just be me and my dad.
Let's endure.
Nobody's gonna give a shit anymore, because you're nothing. You hear me? You're nothing!
Carl, no!
Oh, Carl.
Humans. Fragile machines.
Carl, don't leave, okay? Please don't go. Don't leave.
Remember, Marcus, don't let anybody tell you who you are.
No. No. Dad. No. Please.
This is all your fault. This never would have happened if it weren't for you. The android. Who's the android?
So the stress of the experience just ended up killing Carl. So obviously our first choice was a better ending. Carl survived and Leo got his neck broke. See, violence is the answer. Check studio without Carl, didn't make any difference. Obey or push, pretty even. Carl dies of a heart attack. So Carl is not just hurt, it's confirming he is dead. And that has to mean that the scene that Carl has late in the game doesn't happen, because he is now dead. In either way, we were shot. So, I think I mentioned that I wanted to have a different mindset with each of these characters in our second go-round. With Connor, the first attempt was trying to take a logical yet compassionate attempt to stance to the investigation, trying to become human and trying to understand them. With Cara, it was that of the caretaker, caring above Alice above all else and making sure she survived. With Marcus, this moment is basically the thing that defined the playthrough. Was Marcus inflicted violence against a human, and it was the right thing to do. So let's just inflict violence on all the humans and get our freedom that way. And it worked. But in this playthrough, it looks like I will define Marcus as being afraid of risk, because he knew it was wrong for him to not be able to defend himself. He knew it wasn't fair, Yet he didn't defend himself anyway. He just stood there and took it because he was afraid of what the outcome might be. And we can see that had a bad outcome. So that is Marcus's personality in this playthrough. He's scared to take the big risks. He is no Olmeda. And I think that with that is probably going to be it for our session with Detroit tonight. We're going to be continuing on through this playthrough with cold, logical Connor, with distant Cara, and with coward Marcus. And that will be how we're going to take things as we play through this. I'm not going for any specific endings or anything. I'm just going to make these choices based on these personalities, and we are going to see what we get. We're going to see how different these paths might take, or if they're different at all. Is the illusion of choice really just that, an illusion? We will see as we continue on through our second run of Detroit Become Human, and I'll see you next time on Monday's stream. Have a good night.